Hello, YouTube, and thank you for watching. My name is Jay Mason, and I am joined here with my mother, Carol. Together, we are Jay and Carol, and we run an online business helping people just like you learn everything that you need to know about getting set up and running in the online space. Every week, we come to you to talk to you about a topic that is passionate to us and how it's related to our online business. And every week we bring in a guest. This week we have our special guest Rags, who's just stepped away for a few seconds. He will be right back. So in the meantime, Mom and I are gonna jump right in and talk to you a little bit. If you like our content, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really will help us out. Click the like button. It will boost the algorithm to send it out to more people, and more people will see everything that we're talking about. Today, we are talking about mindset and how that is related to the online business. I've rambled quite a bit right now. Mom, why don't you jump in here and talk a little bit about mindset and introduce the subject here, and I'll keep an eye out for Rags.
All right. So it is extremely important to have the right mindset when you're hopping onto any kind of business. And there are two kinds of mindsets that come to mind. And this is something that I've learned from being in this online business. It's not something that was evident for me at the beginning, but that is growth mindset and fixed mindset. And the growth mindset is, how did they put it? It's about intelligence that grows along the way. When you're learning something new, your mindset can grow with the learning. Mm-hmm. And the fixed mindset is intelligence that you think you're actually born with. You think it's fixed. You think your gifts and your talents are fixed. And people that succeed the most have a growth mindset because they enjoy the journey and they learn along the way.
They're always in a state of flux. You're always learning and overcoming those obstacles, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Welcome, Rags. I was just started here in our subject, and
awesome.
Now that you're back, I'd like you to introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are and how you know us, and yeah.
Sure. Awesome. First of all, thank you for allowing me a few minutes. I just needed to fix a computer emergency, and I'm here now. So my name is Rajesh, and my friends, like you guys, call me Rags. And I'm 47 years old, and I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I am a chef by trade, and I'm an online digital business owner, and I've been so since June of 2018, and that's how I know you both.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know this is one of your most passionate topics to talk about.
Yes.
Mom and I were just talking a little bit here about the different types of mindsets, how there's some fixed mindsets and there's a growth mindset. How fixed mindset is you're stuck in your ways, and if you fail at something, it's almost like you hit a brick wall and you stop trying. Whereas a growth mindset kind of, you learn as you go. You figure it out why you can't grasp a subject. You find the answer and you grow from that. So a really great example that that's passionate for me and that I noticed even in my youth, every time I would start any kind of job, didn't matter what it was. In the beginning, I was always so discouraged because I didn't get it. I didn't get it, and I wasn't fast. Like everybody around me was really fast at doing whatever it was that they were doing, whether it was in a kitchen or whether it was in like a retail or home services or whatever I was that I was doing. Mm-hmm. But I would always be determined, and I would always stick with it, and I would always learn. I would always figure it out, and I'd become fast because you're never natural at something. And as much as people want to say that you're natural at doing something, you're not always. Yes, it might come a little bit easier to you. You might understand it a little bit faster, but not everybody is great at math, for example. But if you work at it, you'll understand it. Right? So mindset is really, to me, it's all about growing and making sure that you're putting yourself in the right space and the right frame of mind to learn it and to actually understand and grasp it. I know mindset is huge in this business, and you have a really great way of explaining it and how mindset works for you, Regs. Why don't you take the reins here?
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, I want to acknowledge you for what you just shared. And and how do I want to say this? I think what you say has a lot of validity, and this is how the world occurs for a lot of people. And yes, I mean, I don't know if I believe in you're natural at something. I do believe that we have passions, and then something that you're passionate at, you just sort of take that in a lot quicker than something you're not as passionate with. And so as human beings, we don't always share 100% of the same passions all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what that comes down to is commitment. So but our freedom comes from discipline. Our freedom doesn't come from just doing whatever we want, because doing whatever we want lacks focus.
Yeah.
And
true.
And that discipline isn't necessarily you have to do this and pointing at somebody. This is more so about a commitment. Like, what am I committed to in life? And when we're vague and when we're general about what we're committed to in life, there's no difference to that than just doing whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So really, 100%, you need to be clear that, sorry, let me be responsible for my communication. In order for me to get what I really want, I need to be 100% clear on what I actually want.
Yeah.
And so I need to be 100% in on what I'm doing, and I have to be as detailed as possible. Otherwise, what am I committed to? I'm committed to being vague. I'm committed to not actually committing to something. So when I decide on something that I'm committed to, and I want to be very clear, this is a commitment. It is, I'm committed to being committed.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be all in on your commitment.
Absolutely.
And so I'm consistently detailed on what I need to accomplish in order to have my end result. So the first thing I do is I decide on my end result, and that's my commitment. And once I say, okay, this is what I want for my life. A promise has two aspects to it. Number one, the declaration. This is what I'm doing. And then number two is by when. If you don't have a by when, if I don't have a by when, it continuously floats out in the ether.
Yeah.
Like one day this will happen. And when is one day? If you can open a calendar and show me one day, I'd be more than happy to look at that. That doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my word creates my world. And when my word creates my world, what am I going to say my world is?
Yeah.
And we've heard this expression a lot. Life is empty and meaningless.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that really mean? It's empty and meaningless. Well, it's empty and meaningless, and that is empty and meaningless. And it only means something when I give it meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about one thing or a big thing or a huge thing. I'm talking about everything.
Everything.
Everything only means something until I make it mean that something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That brings me to the fact that a lot of people don't define success appropriately. Like, what is success? Success for me is being able to live out my values. That's success.
Good. So, Carol, may I?
That's right in.
Yeah. So, what does that look like?
What does it look like for me?
Mm-hmm.
Being healthy, body, mind, and spirit.
Okay. Be more specific for me.
I'm so passionate about that.
I get that you're passionate about it. Now, I want you to be specific for me. Like, put it out in the real world. You know?
Yeah, I do.
So,
I do.
Okay. So what is it now? What does it look like?
Spirituality. Number one.
Be more specific.
Is being present, meditating, being conscious of what's happening around. For me, that is spirituality. Emotionally is using my spirituality to be conscious of what I'm feeling at any given moment. Like throughout the day, I'll just stop and say, what am I feeling right now? And how does that feel in my body? And noticing when I have an emotion that just arises out of nowhere. And that's about being present and conscious of what's happening. And then the health part used to be my number one priority, but now it's the spirituality and the emotional, mental health that's more important. But I am completely passionate about getting my body healthy because I was able to look at inside my body, what's happening right now. And even when I eat something, I'll go into my body and say, how is that food making me feel? How does that feel in my body? And I've actually hopped onto a plant-based diet recently, and I am so passionate and in love with it. Is that detailed enough?
Yeah, that is definitely pretty detailed.
That is what I consider success for my life.
Yep. So now with that, is there a goal that you want to achieve health-wise?
Optimal health.
What does that look like?
That looks like having energy from morning till night without a drop, no brain fog, a clear, focused mind. The energy part has more than one aspect. I want to be able to walk a brisk walk for an unlimited amount of time. Like, I don't want to be able to walk for an hour. I want to be able to just walk and never get tired. And I want to feel healthy. I want to feel clean. I've been there and I know what it feels like.
So
and
now by when?
Decline. By when? Now. I want to grow old healthy. So I'm going to take steps to actually stay healthy as I get older, and get healthier as I get older. It is a process, but the journey is what I'm enjoying. And noticing the differences and the changes. And for sure, things might, get thrown into the mix that will challenge me. But I'm going to keep my eye on the results, and the challenges, the results will be worth those challenges. And that goes for business too. all of this is actually part of the mindset that I have with this online business.
Yeah.
You know, we've hit a few challenges, and that's okay, because those challenges are helping us learn what to do to get to the next step.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love talking about mindset with you, Rags, and I think we can talk and listen about this for hours and hours and hours. We are coming up to our 15-minute, or just passing our 15 minutes, which is what we like to keep these lives about, 15 minutes, just so that keeps everybody's interest and keeps everybody coming back every week. And I want to thank you so much for letting us talk to you about mindset and how staying in a growth mindset and staying in a positive space really does work. It all is law of attraction, and that's what I am passionate about. Like, law of attraction is where my heart and soul is, with everything, with almost every single word that comes out of my mouth has to do with law of attraction. And I am very passionate about it because I've seen the results and I know the results work. So I always talk and preach about law of attraction, and that is where my mindset is always set. So I'm really contemplating, and I keep saying it every week, but I think I need to start working on a YouTube series about law of attraction because I'm so passionate about it. So that is my goal for this for the remaining of the year, is to kind of get that going and really work on making myself a YouTube spin-off here on law of attraction. But that's where my mindset is right now. I want to thank every single person out there who has been watching us, and everybody who is going to be watching the replay. Thank you so much for watching. And if you love our topics, if you love hearing from Mom and I, please click the the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to our channel. It'll help us out immensely. If you want to learn how you can run an online business like Mom and I and Rags are doing, feel free. Click the link down in the description and sign up for the free webinar. There is a free webinar tonight, and Rags is going to be on there this evening. So hear more.
I'll be sharing some of my journey.
Nice.
Yeah. So always fun to be on the panel.
Exactly. We were on there a few weeks back. So yeah, click the link, sign up and watch the webinar. And we look forward to seeing everybody soon. Keep your eyes open. We'll be live next week. Sorry we missed last week, but we just needed a day off. So looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Awesome.
Bye everyone. Thanks, Rags.
You're very welcome.